have the King in Black Omnibus. This is going to be the first look. We got this one early. Really excited for this one. So here is the front of each. We have the standard cover, and then we have the direct market cover right here. Here are the spines together. All right. And then here is the back. All right, so if you never read this before, you know, you're wondering why all these characters have been getting venomized, like, you know, venomized Captain America, Gwen, what else? Venomized Hulk, all that stuff.
That's cool.
You can finally figure out why all those RPs are finally around. So this is a really cool spread page, really, really neat. All right. I read the main story and like 2 of the tie-ins. This one has a lot of tie-ins.
It has a ton of tie-ins.
And I believe the main story for King in Black is actually also part of the Omnibus. So if I were you, if you were conscious of with your money or want to be on a budget,
you know what? Sorry. This is something to pay attention to, guys. Yeah.
I would recommend skipping this Omnibus. All right. Even though I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to show you what you're going to get if you do buy it. But if you're just wanting the main story and don't really care about the tie-ins, I would highly recommend just skipping this overall. Save that $125 or whatever you're going to pay for it and just buy the Omnibus because it's going to be collected. The main story is going to be collected inside the Omnibus by Donny Cates. But if you're a huge fan of King in Black and want to know where Venomized Gwen came from, where Venomized Hulk or Venomized Ghost Rider, Venomized Avengers, or Carnage, Carnage Mary Jane. If you want to see what happened to those characters, like what the additional tie-ins for the King in Black stuff, then pick this one up. It has a lot of tie-ins. There's mixed reviews. Like some people said this is the worst tie-ins ever. Some people say they really like it. And I would just pick it up because the artwork looks cool. You can see like the fan service or like what it is. Seeing how each character can be venomized or Carnage or with the symbiotes. So you want to see that and you just have some fun with it, then yeah, definitely pick this up. But if you're money conscious and you just want to read the main story and that's it and figure out what's going on, just pick up the Omnibus, all right?
Very cool.
There you go. All right, so we have the King in Black first look. Here it is. Here's the front. I forgot how many pages this one is. This was like 1,000 something, I believe.
Yeah, it's a pretty big omnibus.
So right here, you have this, and right there. All right, so the main story is only 5 issues. That's why I said you should just pick up the Omnibus if you just want to read the main story. And this is at the very end of the Omnibus. So you have Omnibus issues by the Venom issues by Donny Cates 1 through 35. This starts basically at issue 30. So if you're just picking this up for King in Black and you don't know and you want to read from the very beginning, then you're gonna have to pick up the Omnibus anyways and read issues 1 all the way through 30 to finally pick up where this left off, because this like if you start from right here, you're like, what's going on? Why is the world all black and stuff like that?
Yeah, and I guess what you're reading that. Well, I was reading some of the tie-ins or what led to this event. Dude, there's like connections. You got in Absolute Carnage, some of the Thor comic books with God or whatever Gore. It ties to this.
Yeah.
All the way back to almost
War of Realms.
War of Realms.
So War of Realms starts off like meeting Null, I think, or just the Venom character in general. And as you can see, you have like the X-Men and you have Avengers and everybody like helping out right now. So if you just start off with this omnibus, you don't know what's going on. You're like, what the heck? How did they even get to this point? That's why I said like this is just a good piece if you want to have extra story.
Yeah.
And that's what's really cool. You also have like the introduction of Null. You have like him taking over the Celestials. This is all the Celestials in their body, so you definitely know Null is a badass character. And I believe, did you get? Oh yeah. Spoiler alert!
Big spoiler.
Big spoiler alert! You have Sentry in here. Sentry is like basically the Avengers, X-Men, the most badass champion, whatever, like the Superman, the Superman of the Marvel universe, right? So you don't want to get spoiled. Pause for the next 10 seconds. Skip over maybe 30 seconds.
Like he's strong enough to kill Celestials just like with one blow, like.
Yeah, he just runs right through them. All right, so pause this video, skip 30 seconds. For those of you guys who are sticking through here, though, dude, if you like flip this page, dude, Sentry just got ripped apart like crazy. I'm just like, what the heck? So that's like, oh hey, this No guy, he's a badass. It really made me want to read the story and stuff like that. And you can see the Earth basically getting covered in symbiote. So there's no more sunlight. It's all pitch dark. So that's a really cool, like, it got me intrigued. I read the entire thing. I read all the Venom. I read the main story. And I actually would give this storyline a solid, I would give it a solid 5 out of 5.
Nice.
There was other ones, you know, where there's times when I'm reading this at like 1 a.m. I'm like, oh, I'm ready to go to sleep. But then each one ends off with a really good cliffhanger. Like, you know what? Like, oh my gosh, Eddie Brock just died. You know? And you had to read on to the next one. What just happened? Yeah, so... so a really big cliffhanger, and this already issue 3. Did I skip 2 already?
Dude, it goes quick. If you read the main story, it goes super fast. Yeah,
it goes really quick. You have some really good stuff here, but this is the first look. I'll give you guys a full review down the road, but I just wanted to show you all the stuff. I think they did the main issue, the main story basically is done right here.
I think you're right.
Okay, because I saw this. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so the main story is basically done around right here. This is issue 5. And then you have all the tie-ins. So all this right here is all tie-ins. This is the main story. You picked up this on the Omnibus. This is tie-ins, okay? So I want to let you guys know exactly what you're picking up.
And I do feel like this, for like a big event for Marvel, this was a short one. Like, you know, Avengers vs. X-Men was like 12. Even Planet Hulk was 6. The 5 was just short.
I feel like this was a pretty short one. I think they did that's why there's a lot of tie-ins, so it just extends the event. If you guys read this story before, let me know which tie-in is your favorite, because there's a ton of tie-ins. I only read the Kree one, so there was a prequel. I don't know if it's at the very beginning. No, it's not. No. But there was a prequel tie-in where basically it was like aliens. It felt like very aliensy. It was the I forgot what it was. It was something Kree. It was a prelude for this one, basically, right? And it was like the Skrulls. They found the symbiotes, and it was on board their ship. They basically opened up like a emergency pod, and when they opened it up, the symbiote just popped out and took over people. Oh, so it felt like very aliens or Prometheus type there.
Very cool. Oh, did you see that Daredevil? That's actually sad.
Yeah, so that's why I said you had like the Venomized Daredevil, you have Venomized Ghost Rider. Any character you can think of got Venomized or got a symbiote, even a Black Cat and all that. So that's really cool to see. And yeah, so a lot of extras right here. I didn't read too many. Maybe I'll read them. It was just a lot. I feel like people said this one had the most tie-ins.
You can tell.
I think War of Realms had a lot of tie-ins too, but I feel like, this one had a lot. So this one actually fell off our palette, so that's why you see a little bin. So don't judge this book, because this one got messed up pretty bad. All right, so... Oh yeah, there's a lot of more. So a lot of extras in here. Let's skip to the very back to see if there's any cover art. Oh, here we go. Is this one? No, this is a Spider-Man one. So this is a Spider-Man symbiote tie-in right here. And yeah, I don't know. I guess it's not here. I gotta find it. So there's no more. There's a lot of tie-ins.
There's a lot, a lot of heroes.
All right, let's get back to the back. Have this one, so this is the end of all the tie-ins, I believe. I guess they put the symbiote Spider-Man at the very end. Interesting. I thought that was at the beginning. Anyways, you have a lot of this extra stuff back here telling you more about the characters. I think this is called the Black Book or something like that. The Handbook. Yeah, King of Black Handbook tells you about each character, so you can know a little bit of backstory. If you're just jumping into this one for the first time, you could have the backstory of everybody, Noel and all that good stuff. So this ties in exactly to Jason Aaron Thor, because now you get to actually see where the Necro sword came from, the God Butcher sword. So you read King in Black, you're like, yo, how's this where's the origin of the God Butcher sword? Yeah. You'll know in this story. Look at that, I'm getting my Marvel knowledge down the road now. Oh, getting so much better. And you have Annihilation guy right here. And then you have some cover art, and then, what's this one?
This is like it kind of gives you a little bit of a guide, and it tells you like the timeline of Null and the symbiotes all the way to like Venom.
Okay.
So it's really cool, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of really cool stuff here. if you're a huge fan of just King of Black, the Venom by Donny Cates storyline, you know, I would highly suggest picking this up because I feel like you get a good amount of story for your money here. But it's just up to you for the reader if you want tie-ins or not. I'm not really a tie-in person. I just like to read the main story and that's it. But I would get this if I were like buying this for the very first time, only just to see like how each character interacts with a symbiote, what they look like and stuff like that. Because they look like Venomized Ghost Rider looks dope. You know, Venomized Iron Man, that's crazy. Yeah, Miles Morales, Venomized. That was a really cool statue that they made. So there was a lot of statues and just fan art and stuff like that that was made because of this storyline right here. So if you want to see the origin, you know, I would read this one. All right, so there's your first look of the King of Black Omnibus. Let me know what you think about this first look and stuff like that. If you're going to pick this one up or if you're going to wait for the Omnibus, that way you just read the main story. Let me know. Can't wait to read this one. If you want a full review of the entire Venom by Donny Cates, I could do that too. Just let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next video.